What if everything you thought you knew about Hyun Bin and Son Ye-jin's love story was only the beginning? In a rare and emotional revelation, Hyun Bin has finally opened up about his deepest feelings for the woman who changed his life, Son Ye-jin. But what truly shocked fans wasn't just his confession. It's the way she quietly, powerfully keeps his heart. Curious? So are we. Let Hidden Korea take you inside the love story that still leaves the nation breathless. I thought I understood love. Then I met her. Were the words that silenced an entire room. Industry where silence often shields sincerity. Top Hollywood actor Hyun Bin broke the unspoken rule. The first time in years, he let his guard down, not in a drama script, not in a film monologue, but in real life. Seated across from a stunned interviewer, his voice calm but his eyes burning with something far deeper than stardom. The interview that changed everything. It happened during a special anniversary episode of Actors Table, a talk show known for light-hearted banter and promotional fluff. No one expected fireworks, but then came that question. If you had to describe what Son Ye-jin means to you in one sentence, what would you say? The silence that followed was deafening. The show's host, clearly about to move on, hesitated, until Hyun Bin raised a hand gently and said, "Let me answer that." He leaned forward, his jaw tight, gaze steady. "He's the only person who ever saw me when I couldn't even see myself." The room froze. And then, he spoke. What followed wasn't just an answer, it was a confession, a love letter, and a revelation all in one. She's not perfect. Neither am I. But the way she chooses me, again and again, makes me want to be a better man every single day. He laughed softly. She doesn't try to change me. That's what changes me. And then the bombshell, I almost lost her once. Because I thought I had to be strong all the time. A secret breakup no one knew about. Unbeknownst to fans, the couple had briefly separated shortly after the height of their media frenzy following Crash Landing on You. The pressure, the tabloids, suffocating attention. It took its toll. Hyun Bin admitted to distancing himself, convinced he was protecting her from the chaos of his fame. She called me one night, didn't say anything, just stayed on the line. Heard her crying, but I couldn't speak. I hung up. It wasn't Son Ye-jin who edited, it was Hyun Bin, quietly disappearing, too proud to admit he was scared. But she came back. And she fought. She showed up at my door a week later, he revealed, his voice cracking. No words, just hugged me. And whispered, "Stop pushing me away." That moment, he says, was the turning point. That's how she keeps my heart. Doesn't let go, not even when I give her every reason to. The way she loves, quiet, fierce, and unshakable. Hyun Bin shared small but piercing details about their private life. The handwritten notes she leaves in his scripts, the way she watches his scenes in silence, then tells him afterward, "We're honest today. I saw you." Or how she refuses to celebrate anniversaries with gifts, saying, the real present is still choosing each other. He even recounted a night he came home drunk after a grueling overseas shoot. Instead of getting upset, Son Ye-jin sat him down, handed him water, and simply said, "You don't need to be exhausted to be loved." But just when things seemed perfect, another twist emerged. During the same interview, Hyun Bin hesitated, and then made a second confession. Another woman, not in the way people think, but she almost came between us. He explained that a longtime friend, someone from his early acting days, had returned into his life unexpectedly. She reminded me of who I used to be. It confused me. I thought maybe I'd lost part of myself with all the fame. But once again, Son Ye-jin stood her ground. Didn't accuse. Didn't beg. She just said, "I love the man you're becoming, but I won't chase the man who's already gone." It was enough to snap Hyun Bin out of it. It's when I knew. Love isn't about holding tighter, it's about letting go of fear. The unseen side of a glamorous love. Beneath the spotlight and the fairy tale visuals of their romance lies a bond carved through wounds, missteps, and raw honesty. Fans may swoon at red carpet glances and vacation paparazzi shots, but Hyun Bin wants people to know, it's work. It's choice. It's waking up every day and deciding, I'm still yours. And now, they live quietly, intentionally. No more grand declarations on social media. No strategic photo leaks, just quiet dinners, shared grocery runs, and nights spent reading scripts together. She tells me when I've lost my spark. Hyun Bin smiled. And when she does, I write her a letter. It was past midnight when Son Ye-jin finally spoke. The interview had been scheduled as a simple promotional piece for her upcoming film. Instead, it unraveled into something far deeper. Raw. Personal. Hauntingly beautiful. For years, she has been the nation's darling, poised, elegant, untouchable. But under the warm studio lights, with her hands trembling in her lap, Son Ye-jin was no longer a flawless actress. She was a woman who had almost lost the man she loved, and who, despite everything, chose to stay. He disappeared. Just like that. Jin's voice didn't rise. It cracked quietly, like porcelain breaking in slow motion. When the news of our relationship exploded, the pressure would come, but I didn't expect him to be the one to run. She looked down. I called him every day. Times I just stayed on the line, hoping he'd say something, but silence became his answer. Interviewer asked her if she ever hated him in that moment. No, she said immediately. Hate him. I hated how much it hurt to still love him. The day she decided to walk away, after 3 weeks of no word from Hyun Bin, Son Ye-jin made the decision. I booked the flight to Jeju. I was going to stay with my parents and turn off my phone. I'd packed everything, and then came the memory that made her pause. I saw his toothbrush, still next to mine. I don't know why that broke me. Just sat on the floor and cried. But instead of going to the airport, she went to his door. I didn't even know if he'd be there. I didn't have a speech prepared. I was just done. And when he opened the door, I saw it in his eyes. He didn't want me to stay, but he needed me to. She chose to stay. He wasn't the strong, charismatic actor everyone thinks he is. Not that night, she whispered. He was a scared man, ashamed that he couldn't protect the woman he loved from the world. Took a breath. So I became the wall instead. I let him lean on me, even when I was breaking. It was in that moment, she says, that she discovered her own strength. I always thought being strong meant staying quiet, smiling through it. But it means showing up, even when you're falling apart. What the public never saw, behind every red carpet smile, every picture-perfect magazine spread, Son Ye-jin says there were battles no one knew about. There were nights he would wake up from stress, drenched in sweat. I'd pretend to still be asleep because I didn't know how to comfort him. Other times, she admitted, wanted to run too. There were days I thought, maybe it's easier to be admired by strangers than loved by one man who sees all your flaws. But she stayed. Not because she was perfect, but because love demanded her imperfection. The other woman rumor, and asked about the mysterious woman Hyun Bin mentioned in his interview, the one who nearly drove a wedge between them. Ye-jin didn't flinch. I knew who she was. He told me everything. How did she respond? I told him, if you need to go find something, go. If you come back, you better not be the same man who left. Her answer stunned fans, not because it was dramatic, but because it was calm. Fierce. Honest. Isn't going to beg. Love is not begging. Love is choosing, again and again. Both of us, their silent pact. Son Ye-jin says their relationship has changed, quietly, profoundly. We don't say I love you all the time. We say things like get home safe and eat well. Those are our love letters now. Mild. He writes me poetry sometimes. Really bad poetry. But I keep every piece. One of the poems, she revealed, ended with a line, if I lose you, I lose the man I worked so hard to become. An unlikely promise. The interview drew to a close. The reporter asked her if she believed in happy endings. I don't believe in endings at all, she replied. We're not writing a drama, we're building a life. And some days, it's tragic. Some days, it's comedy. But the best days. Paused. They're the quiet ones, the ones no camera ever sees. Then came her final words, whispered, but devastating. I stayed. Not because I couldn't leave. Because he finally asked me to stay. And this time,